Vote Brianna for ASB Athletics.
Okay.
Already is.
You know I could just press stop and restart again. Okay. Today we are going over the group quiz. Okay, so the first one, they have a problem like this where it wants you to find an equivalent expression. Okay, so to start off with, if I were to write this out and find the answer, how would I write it? 25 factorial divided by 2 factorial and
23 and 2?
yeah, and it doesn't matter which way you write it.
Okay, why do you write it that way?
I don't know, because I'm going to do the dot, dot, dot with the 23, and then the 2 and the 1 are going to be at the front. That's why I personally do it that way if I was finding the answer. But you can do it any way that you want to. It's not right or wrong which way you write it. Okay, we talked about permutations last unit, but how many what is this? This means what? 2 spaces, and you'd multiply 25 times 24 to get that answer. Well, on this one, if we simplify it, it would be 25 times 24 times 23 dot, 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 over 2 times 1 times 23 dot, 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 right? So the 23s and the dot, dot, dots cancel. 1 doesn't matter. 2 goes into 24 12 times. So this really ends up being 25 times 12, and this one's 25 times 24. So are those the same? No. Okay, that's done. When you go to B, 25 for a combination of 23 terms, how would I write this one out to find the answer? 25 factorial, 2 factorial, and 23 factorial. Now, I wrote these, they are exactly the same way, but if you had flipped around the 23 and the 2, would it matter? No. So this one, without even doing any work, we know that B is actually the same. Okay, if you have out your cell phone, please put it away. All right, any questions on 1?
No.
Okay, number 2, how many terms are in this expansion?
7.
How do you know it's 7?
There's always one more.
Very good. Whatever your exponent is, the amount of terms, and that is always 1 more. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Questions there? Do not get that one wrong. Okay, number 3. State the first and last term of the binomial expansion. So let's just, how many terms would be here? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what are my coefficients for this row?
1, 3, 3, 1.
1, 3, 3, 1. Good. Okay, so on my first term, it's going to be what?
4x
4x to the third. And my last term is going to be?
2.
Okay. The 2 things when you're doing this that I really want you to focus on is people forget to cube this number as well. So make sure when you're doing that first term to a certain power that you're bringing the exponent to the number and to the x. Not your outside coefficient, just the ones there. Okay? Because some people will write this answer as 4x to the third, which is not right. So what is 4 to the third power?
64.
Very good. So we have 64x to the third. Okay, and over here, what do you think people forget to do on this one? The what? The negative. They forget about the negative. So we're cubing the negative, and we are also cubing the y. So what is a negative to a third power? Negative. So we have negative y to the third. And when we multiply by 1, it doesn't change anything. So my 2 answers, my first term is 64x to the third, and my last term is negative y to the third. All right, are we good there? Okay, what is the complete expansion of this? And I'm gonna pull out my popsicle sticks here. So just beware for some steps. Okay, so what is my first step to do here, Nucci? Yes. Good, 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Next step, what am I gonna do, Eric? Perfect. 1, 3, 3, 1 is correct. Next step. Michael Lawhead.
You fill in the first one with x cubed.
A cubed. Good. A cubed, and we're going to go through this whole one. So then the next one's going to be a to the,
Second.
and then a to the, and then do we write a to the 0? No. Okay. Next step is to do what? Michael Juarez. Okay. And then? And then we don't write that one. And so on this one, my exponents, there's no numbers with them. So basically that is my answer. So 1a to the third is just a to the third plus 3a to the second b. Did I do something wrong? Oh my goodness, I did not see this. Good job, Michael. Just kidding.
Wow.
Maddie, you can have a candy. Okay, so this is going to be... Oh, okay, you can have candy. So it's going to be a squared, and b to the third to the first is just b to the third, plus 3, and then we have a, and this is going to be b to the sixth, plus, and this is going to be b to the... Very good. Okay, number 5. Again, I'm going to be pulling popsicle sticks here. Okay, so first step is what? Vienna.
5.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next step. Marcelo.
1, 4, 6, 4, 1.
Perfect. Okay, next step. Maddie. Perfect. Next step. Chu Cheng. Okay, so what is that? Is it just y to the fourth like that? There you go. Negative. Good. Negative y to the third. Negative y to the second. Negative y to the first. Okay. Do you have a question for me? Yes. Okay. Can Chu Cheng come up here and finish this for me? Because I asked you to.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to do this.
Let's just double check. But no, I didn't. There's some in the back.
Because I walked out. I'll check because I walked out.
Did anybody see like a plastic bag?
Yeah,
Oh, these are everybody's like tops.
Yeah.
Can't,
This one doesn't have one.
I swear.
I got some wrist in my back. Thank you, Chu Cheng. If you need anything, let me know. Are you feeling better? A little bit, still frazzled. Okay, all right, so this is the correct answer. What you have to be very careful of on this problem?
The pluses and the negatives.
Right, you need to make sure you have your negatives and positives correct. Okay, number 6, identify the sum of the exponents of the 5th term. Okay, so, Ureli, how do we do this one? Okay, we'll tell it to Nucci and then she can tell us. So you're just having Nucci do it for you? Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to know how many exponents, the sum of the exponents in the term? You can just show me on your fingers. Okay, some of you have it. Okay, 7 is correct. Okay, whenever you're doing the exponents, if you go back here and look, remember, like for instance on this problem, this is a third power, and this has a total exponents of 3. What's 2 plus 1? 3. 2 plus 1? 3. And then 3. On this one, this has an exponent of 4, and then 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4 and 4. Okay? So that means that on this one, they're going to have to add to be 7. Okay. Are we good there? Yes? Well, you don't even have to do anything because they'll always add to be 7. Okay? So like if my exponent here was 15, the sum of the exponents in any term are always going to add to be 15. I'm right? Nice. Okay. All right. Number 7. What are the first two terms of this expansion? So, I'm going to write the first two terms. When you go to the sixth row, what are the terms or the coefficients that go in front there? 1 and 6. Okay, so for a popsicle stick, what is going to be my next step? Jessica. And? Perfect. Okay, next step is what? Chesley. Where is she sitting? There you are. Well, so we need to get our 2 y's in there. So if we are going backwards, you know, how many 2 y's are in your first term? 0. So then how many are in this one? 2y to the first. And again, see those exponents add to be 6, and that one's 6. So now we are going to simplify, and when I simplify, what do I get, Chris Crane? What do I end up simplifying and getting here?
X to the 6 plus 6x to the 6, 12x to the 6 and 5.
Perfect, because you had to multiply the 6 and the 2 together, and 2y to the first power is just 2y. So we multiply 6 times 2, which is 12, and then x to the 5th and y. Okay? Okay, number 8, what is the fourth term of this expansion, x plus y to the 11th power? So I'm going to be going out 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, do you guys have out to the 11th on your Pascal's triangle? Or you know how on the test day, you're going to get a blank one? But I don't know if you're going to want to keep filling all this out, because it takes time to do that, right? So, no. So, what would be another way that you could find the coefficient for the 11th term?
On the wall.
Okay, besides the wall. Combination. Remember that with combinations, it always starts with the 0. So this would be 11C0, this would be 11C1, 11C2, and this is 11C3. So since I'm finding the fourth term, it's 3 here. Okay, it's always 1 less than whatever term you're finding. So we could do this by hand doing our 11 factorial and so on, but a shortcut is to just do it on your calculator. Do you guys remember how to do it on your calculator?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to type in 11, and then you do probability, and you go to combination.
Where's probability at?
It's this,
I don't think you taught it.
yes I did.
Yeah.
It's this key right here that says PRB. And then I push enter, and it's 11C3. See all that there? And press enter. That number is 165. Okay, thank you. Mrs. Altobrum's student speaking. Okay, and then if I go here, x to the 11th, 10th, 9th, and so on. Who can finish it for me? I'm going to call on one of you if you're not going to do it. Can you go do it for me? Yes. It's Mrs. Alta. Oh, no problem. Okay, I'll look. You got it. Okay, bye. Carrie, will you go help Mrs. Matthews in room 720? Sure. No, I can do it. Okay, so when I was saying here, this is x to the 11, 10, 9. This is going to be x to the 8. Now, remember we talked about that your exponents have to equal 11. So without even counting, I know that this one is going to have to be y to the 3rd, because 8 plus 3 makes 11. So that's your answer. 165 x to the 8th, y to the 11th, or y to the 3rd. Yes?
You have under a minute left.
Actually, I think that I now have passed the 100 mark of videos on YouTube, and I can upload any amount of time now. What? I've been promoted. Okay, number 9. What is the 5th term of this one? So there's a total of 7 terms, but we're just going to go out to the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? What are my values on the 6th row? Do you guys remember? 1, 6, 15, 20, 15. Okay, and I'm going to stop there because this is my 6. Or we could have done the combination. You were totally correct. And that would have been 6 combination 4, right? Let's just check it out in our calculator, see if that works. So we'd write 6, go to our probability, that, and then 4, and I get 15. Same answer as what I got there. All right, so then this, if we are working this down, this is going to be x to the 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, x to the 2nd. But I might even recommend, maybe you should write this out to make sure you don't mess up. Okay, so, but if this is x to the 2nd, then my 5y is going to be to what power? To the 4th is correct. How do we know it's to the 4th? These two have to add to be 6. Okay, so now, and when I'm finding this answer, what is my next step going to be in order to simplify all of this? Jose, do you know? Good. So we have to do 5 to the 4th. So what is 5 to the 4th power? Anybody know? 625 is correct. So this is 625 y to the 4th, and I still have 15 x to the 2nd. And so then next, what will I have to do? Multiply. So we're going to go 625 times 15, which is 9,375. Do we all agree with that? And then it'll be x to the 2nd, y to the 4th. Okay. So number 10, it wants to know what is the coefficient of the 8th term. What you have to be careful about this one is that there is a negative involved. And so you're going to have to pay attention to if it's negative or positive. But if I'm doing this with my combination method, how will I write this for my combination? How do I write it? 11C7, because it's always less than the one less than that term because you had to start with 0, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. So we're going to have 11, and then you have your combination, and then it's 7, and we get 330. Okay, but we don't know if that 330 is negative or positive, right? Okay, so how do you guys want to do this? How did you do it when you tried it on your own? You made the lines. I think making the lines is very safe. Okay, so if we're wanting to go the 8th term, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So this one is x to the 11th. But you don't know if it's positive or negative because of that negative there. Okay, x to the 10th, x to the 9th, x to the 8th, 7. Okay, so you go all the way here, 7, 6, 5. This is x to the 4th, which means that negative y will be to what power? The 7th. And how do you know that's to the 7th?
Because I have to add it.
Very good. 4 plus 7 add to be 11. Now, what is a negative to a 7th power? A negative. So the answer is negative 330. Do you think positive 330 will also be a possible choice? Yes.
Where do you get, like, when you do the combinations, the number to the right?
This one right here? It's always one less than this term, and the reason is that when you're doing your combinations, your first one is 0, and then it's 1, and then 2 and 3, and so on. Do you see that there? So on this one, your first term would be, 11C0, and so in order to know it's 11C7, you know that it's just going to be one less than the term you're finding, because you have to start with 0 as your first term instead of 1 being your first term. Okay? Any other questions right now? Okay, I'm going to stop